Welcome everyone to the What's Left podcast. John here with Jake and Brad. We are the punk rock garage metal podcast and our voice to resistance as loud as we can here on the Derealization Nation Media Network, which is growing every single day. Thanks to you guys. We really appreciate you being here, liking, subscribing, pushing us into the algorithm because the stuff we talk about does not push itself. I will tell you that. So if we're getting out there, and we are, it's because of you. So we thank you. You can also find us on Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. So what's the news? Anything big happened this weekend? Did we, invade a foreign country under the pretext of, well, not even pretext, just straight up for oil? Uh, yeah, we actually did. That country is Venezuela. We kidnapped their president, Nicolas Maduro, and his wife for whatever reason, and brought them here. They are currently sitting in federal prison in New York City. Um, guys, I don't know. Before I go and start talking about this, let me get just initial reactions to yet another regime change, deja vu all over again. Let's start with Brad.
Yeah, we've all, well, any of us that are my age or older have seen this before, multiple times. I posted a meme of the guy leaning in and talking to George W. With a picture of Rubio leaning in talking to Donald Trump today, and I said, yeah, nothing changes but the weather because this is
No,
exactly. I mean, it's just all over again. Terrorism, go get them.
terrorists. Yep, but we totally warned about this problem, didn't we, Jake? This was something that we said was going to happen. This was why they were using the terrorist language. Um, how's it feel to be back in the middle of regime change war, war for oil? Just just like your childhood.
So yeah, I don't remember that one as clearly.
Uh-huh.
This one came as a little bit of a shock because you just don't expect someone to do this. I guess you said it wasn't out of the blue. You said that they mentioned some things about it earlier, but to someone who doesn't follow the news as closely as you, it did seem a little bit crazy to happen all of a sudden.
Yeah, I mean, there definitely was there is a bit of a shock going on for a lot of people. But we've mentioned before, like it was in Project 2025, and he's been bombing these boats off the coast of Venezuela, but it still seemed like there's no way he's actually gonna do
Right.
this. And I will admit, certainly this happened pretty quickly after he said it, probably because they can't trust him to keep his mouth shut. Like he basically gave this game away a little bit ago, like said that, oh yeah, ground invasion's on the table. So this is the easy part though. This is the easy part. People remember, or many people can remember Iraqi people celebrating as the statue of Saddam Hussein came tumbling down in Iraq, right? Like that was a happy day for them. Well, a happy day maybe for them, maybe not. Like there's always the possibility that these oil companies are paying these people off to look happy on camera too. But no way to prove any of that. Only could say that it looks like they're happy, and there are, I know, several Venezuelan people here that live here in the United States that were happy at first, but it's quickly already changing direction as the United States first said that they were going to take control of Venezuela, um, which I just makes it annexing a country at that point. They've walked that back a little bit today, but they still have not made clear what the plans are uh, to take for the government in Venezuela. This is kind of a new one. Um, so invasion was shocking, Jake. This is uh, this is a step even further. Um, you said Canada, you said Greenland, but the first place he seemed to try to annex was Venezuela. Um, it's a oil-rich country, sure, but I don't know that that's necessarily the entire reason. Oil and gold. Um, as shocked as you were to find out they invaded this country, how shocked are you to learn that we are also going to rule it temporarily, or is that just kind of goes without saying?
Yeah, that's like step 1A. I don't, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
we saw it for 20 years in the Middle East.
Hmm. Yep. Yeah, it strikes me it's still so striking to me that after 20 years of war in the Middle East, uh Afghanistan today is ruled by the same people that we invaded to remove 25 years ago. And so I'm sure if Nick can just hold on for a couple of years there, they'll send him back, you know. Won't be long.
And just on a different one, the people of Libya were celebrating in the streets when
Hmm.
we overthrew Gaddafi, and then that was just followed by death, famine, and economic collapse.
Hmm. Yeah.
And then multiple governments trying to take over the country.
Yep. And in Syria, they toppled their government by themselves, did it all by themselves, and then immediately were invaded by Israel, bombed by Israel, the United States, the UK. Everybody's just fucking bombing the fuck out of them. It's really hard to make the case for, um, I don't know, that Russia is a bad actor, that China is a bad actor, that Israel is a bad actor because we don't, or that the United States, because we didn't stop Israel from doing what they did in Gaza, Palestine, right? We're not even pretending. We don't really stopping Vladimir Putin anymore. And if you're going to go and just annex a whole country, I we have no moral ground to stand on, guys. And this is the problem. This is the problem. We like people don't understand. Like, well, this is not important. This is important to the United States. Now, do you see why these things are so important? Why it is important that the United States abide by the international court, why they should be prosecuting Benjamin Netanyahu? I know it doesn't really register with most people, but this is why this shit is important. This is why it affects your daily life, you know?
I appreciate the transparency of the administration, just flat out saying it's about oil. We're taking the fucking oil.
Yeah.
Got a problem with it? We don't care. They're narco terrorists. We're taking the oil.
Kitty Thin Lips will tell you every day they're the most transparent fucking administration in history. Which I mean, I it
I
is
got a
it
pretty conservative buddy, and I said the one thing I respect about them is they're not even trying to hide it like George W. did. We're just taking it.
yeah. Yeah, but at the same time, so the legal justification is they still arrested Maduro. They were allowed to do what they did, they said, because they had criminal charges on Maduro, right? These criminal charges include gun charges. Excuse me, what? The fucking GOP wants to pretend like they're worried about gun charges in a different country. These are U.S. laws that he's breaking. Um, but also they drug narco terrorism, and I want to know who indicted this fucking case, first of all, and second of all, I want to know how they fucking plan to prove in a court of law that Nicolas Maduro is involved in a made up term. Like, what the fuck is a narco terrorist, and how do you plan to prove that in a court of law? He'll be in court on Monday at noon for his arraignment, but we won't know any of that stuff for a long time.
It's the buzzword of the week. Narco terrorist is the MAGA buzzword of the week.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I'm sure they probably find out that he's been transing kids, and all the rest of that too.
Soon enough.
Soon enough. No bullets were found with anti-ICE rhetoric in Maduro's bedroom. Seems like a pretty big failure by the FBI.
He didn't have a secret transgender boyfriend.
I mean, he just might. He just might. Claudia Scheinbaum, maybe. Find out. Uh, it's crazy how people don't seem to think this is going to have a ripple effect already. The Colombian president, the Cuban president have said that this is unacceptable. Mexico's president said this is causing serious instability. And the United States is actually threatening these countries, actually threatening Colombia and Brazil, just like at random. The Fox News crowd is just cannot hold back how excited they are. it's not the pleat of the pants. They are engorged over this one. They love to see a war coming. And this is, I mean, boy, have any of you guys seen this? How excited these people are?
Yeah, and they label it as like how it sounded to me was like, oh, well, Bush did this, and it was like crazy at first, but like it worked out like really well. Like it was like really good in the end.
Right?
So like
What?
maybe it's terrible right now, but like give them a minute.
Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, give it a second because hundreds of thousands of people haven't died yet.
Yeah.
4 million people haven't lost their homes yet.
Wait, everyone, wait.
Yeah. It gets better.
But the glee in their voice was pretty prominent. Like they were smile like creepy like side smiles and like
I
mm.
I am not joking when I tell you the GOP, they get war boners. Like they literally get turned on by war. They do.
Dude, this is
Neo
how you get the blood pumping of the old school Republicans that like MAGA had lost. This is how you bring them, reel them back in. You go to war, baby. Hell yeah.
And don't think that Trump doesn't know it. There's that famous tweet of his from back in the Obama days. He said, just wait, Obama's going to start a war because his poll numbers are low. That's what I mean. He believes in old school things like Monroe Doctrine and steam engines and the power of coal. Like, if you don't think that he doesn't think there's a rally around the flag effect that's coming from starting a war with some random country, you're wrong. Like, that's what he thinks. Like, that's it's as much about that as it is about anything else. But it's also probably a little bit about that place in the Middle East. Not for nothing. Benny Netanyahu did just leave this country a few days ago and has been tying Venezuela to terrorist gangs and saying that Venezuela is where the Hezbollah and Hamas are sending their terrorists to invade the United States. Like that's what he's been accusing them of, which is insane and ridiculous. Like beyond parody, how stupid that sounds. But he doesn't care. He's never cared. He said some ridiculous things. He's gotten whole presidents to go after whole countries over over a plastic piece of PVC, and now God only knows what. Um, but one thing that would be providential, like it's not that they could actually use the shitty Venezuelan oil, but what they could do is keep the price stabilized should they decide to bomb Iran. That is the main reason to have more oil on this hemisphere because the price of oil can't get much lower at this point. It's not about driving down the price of gasoline. They don't need it. If they needed it, they would be pumping it, and they're not. So this is probably has a lot to do with starting more wars, to be frank. It's there's a lot of speculation, and everybody out here is just guessing, even the experts. But having listened to all the experts, including on oil and prices and things like that, like Mr. Global, the oil guy, listen to his podcast today. The most likely reason for this war is more wars. Like that's the most likely reason.
But he's a
Um,
peace president.
yeah, give you a piece of that country. Fucking, it's like what happened? When did we lose respect for the FIFA Peace Prize? What happened to this fucking country?
It's like it meant nothing.
It's like it was made up. It's almost like it was fake. I
He
feel,
stopped at 8 wars to make 18.
yeah, we had to make room for more wars. You stop your war over there. I'm gonna make my own. I'll show you how it works. You're not even doing it right. Get out of the way.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, it truly Venezuela is rich in resources, and that is true. But those resources are difficult to get. Their oil is very sulfuric. It would cost like hundreds of billions of dollars to restart the infrastructure there. So to say that they're going to be like making a ton of money off of this, it's problematic. It's kind of stupid, honestly. Like if Trump really thought that that's how they were going to make money, I don't know. But at the same time, lots of businesses can't wait to try. People are dying to privatize every industry all over Venezuela, regardless.
I bet the market's gonna go wild tomorrow morning.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't.
And economy loves war.
Economy does love war. Oh, okay, so yes, in a positive direction, sure, 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 sure. Yeah, there are people who are like predict, oh, the global market's gonna panic. Bullshit, bro.
America's about to
Bullshit.
blow some shit up. There's money in that, buddy.
I was trying
Rest
to,
easy. There's money in America killing people.
yeah, I was trying to start my career in the field of shitty labor in 2008, right? And I remember that the stock market seemed to be doing just fine, while the rest of us are being dragged under the car. So, yeah, I don't expect the stock market. I don't expect Wall Street to have any problems tomorrow. And we got to talk about the Democratic response. Okay, our so-called fighters are about as useful as toilet paper in a porta potty. Like, it's good that it's there because you need to have something, but it's not going to do the job. These guys are just as happy, a lot of them, to see this war happen. Like, you can't even, especially Chuck Schumer, like, you can't even say, uh, they're just mad. They want to, on procedural issues. They're like, well, he should have asked. I mean, I would have said yes. You need to ask. I'm just upset that he didn't ask. Well, that's not how this fucking goes. Like, this action is illegal. Period. Right? You can't just invade a country. That's just wrong. We say that about Russia. Well, we used to pre the 24 election. We say that about Russia. It's clear when Russia does it, right? It's clear when countries other than Israel do it. Like, anytime anybody else does it, it's a problem. But we get that. That's very clear. But we, the United States, not so much a problem. The precedent that's been set is insane, and these Democrats can't be bothered to, like, just demand impeachment. Just go nuts. Don't be afraid to lose your goddamn mind, because this is insane. This is insane. Don't fucking tell me about how many Republican votes you have counted so far. You need to be on TV demanding that a session of Congress happen, that you hear what intelligence they think they have, and they can try to justify it if they want to, but it is illegal to invade a country, and you want Republicans to seek articles of impeachment, but in the meantime, you are crafting your own. That is the way that this should be handled, but it's not. Instead, they're getting together on a Zoom call. I cannot wait. We're all waiting breathlessly to see how many Democrats sign the strongly worded letter that Chuck Schumer is sure to draft and send via mail to the White House, where Donald Trump is never at. Um, Guys, there are Chris Murphy, Ruben Gallego. There's like been a couple, but for the most part, this is why people don't understand. The casual observer does not understand the difference between two parties. Am I right or wrong?
No, yeah, because on these things they are very the same.
Yeah.
When it comes to war, they are the same.
Yep. War and oil. I mean, because they all take money from the same motherfucking people.
Yep.
Yeah. Jake, as a casual observer of politics, there's never been a time where you've seen a disagreement about certain things. One of them, mostly the economy stuff, and also uh, neocon and neoliberalism. Like, once the rally around the flag effect happens, maybe the people hate it, but politicians love it. Am I right?
Right? They
It's
all
great.
want the same thing, a paycheck.
Yep. And every last one of them works for the same motherfuckers.
Hmm.
Yep.
That's it.
Foreign interests, U.S. fucking contracted companies, even oil companies. I mean, I was so disappointed to find out that Wes Moore, the governor of Maryland, takes fucking oil and gas money. How fucking sad is that? Why do you need to do that? It's terrible. Um, but it's not unique, and that's why we're very excited. We want everybody to stay tuned to the channel, hit the like, the notification bell, so that you get the notification. Sign up on Substack and get alerted when we drop a new show, because coming up soon after this, we are going to be interviewing an independent candidate for Congress in California's 34th district near Los Angeles, California, home of the world champion Dodgers. And we are going to be talking specifically about breaking the stranglehold that the uniparty looking system helps. Like, I'm not saying that it is a uniparty because it's not. Like, if the Democrats are a stomach ache, then the Republicans are stage 5 rectal cancer. They're not the same, but they tend to agree on things that with each other that the American people disagree with. And so stay tuned, check that out, stay on our channel, keep sharing us, keep liking, keep subscribing. Thanks for being part of the nation. Until next time, I'm John,
Jake.
And I'm Brad.
and that's what's left.
Please read Article 1 of the Constitution.
Mm.